Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be doing another Shop My Stash video. If you guys have not seen my last Shop My Stash video, make sure to go watch that now. In the beginning of today's video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about all of the products that I had in my last rotation of makeup products for my everyday makeup drawer. So before we get into today's video, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, I'm doing a huge giveaway right now. You guys do not want to miss out on that. I'll have a link in my description box below, and then I'll also have the video up here in the card somewhere so you guys can see all of the prizes. Today's post notification shout out goes to Maylee. Thank you so much for having your notifications turned on. If you want to be the next shout out in one of my upcoming videos, all you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button and then leave me a comment down below that you have notifications turned on, and that's it. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the first half of this video is going to be me talking about all the products that were in my last rotation, and then the second half is going to be where I shop my stash and then pick out new products for my everyday makeup drawer. If you guys just want to see the shop my stash part, I'll probably have a time on the screen where you guys can just skip ahead to that part. Alright, so the first product I'm going to be talking about is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This was the primer that I picked out for my last rotation. I do really like this primer a lot. I really like the glow that it gives to the skin. I don't think this prolongs your makeup wear at all, at least not that I noticed. I do feel like this is a really good primer for the spring and summertime just because of how glowy it makes your skin. I did start breaking out shortly after I introduced this primer, and I'm not sure if it's from this or if it's from something else. So I did kind of stop using it during the second week. I only used it for the first week, and then I was ooh, I didn't want to keep breaking out, so I stopped using it. It might not have been from this, so I'll probably have to try this out again sometime in the future just to see. The foundation that I picked out for my everyday makeup was the Matte Ambition All Day Foundation, which I really, really love this foundation. I feel like it just goes on so nicely. It blends out really easily. It does keep you matte all day, and I feel like this lasted so nice throughout the day. I really didn't have any part of my face that was breaking apart. This did last through all of my work days. I didn't have any issues at all, so I really, really like this foundation, and I do highly recommend it. I also had the Matte Ambition Powder Foundation, which I used over top. You guys are going to see this later in the video. I am going to be keeping this in my rotation of makeup this time because I do want to try this out on its own, but over liquid foundation it really looks amazing. It makes you look like airbrushed. For concealer, I picked the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer, which I love this concealer. I feel like this is a really good solid concealer. It's not as full coverage as the Makeup Revolution concealer that I use all the time, so I do still love this concealer, but I wish it had a little bit more coverage. And then I did pick out the Pretty Vulgar powder, which I am obsessed with. I feel like this is a really good setting powder, and it does help keep you matte all day as well. So I did pick out the KKW Beauty Contour and Highlight Kit, which I'm obsessed with this, and I also really like the brush. That's why I'm showing it to you guys as well. I was really enjoying using this shade over here for contouring, and then I kind of like to mix both of these shades to warm up my face. And then both of the highlighters are obviously gorgeous. They have really good pigmentation. I really like both of these a lot, so I did really enjoy using this over the past 2 weeks. Another face palette that I had picked out was the CoverGirl Sculpt Expert palette. I'm really obsessed with this, you guys. I feel like the shades are just so gorgeous. Look at those highlighters, and then I really like the blush as well. I used this a lot, and I really, really like it. You guys saw that I picked out this Note Cosmetics blush, which is in the shade Desert Rose. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I used this the first 2 days, and then after that I was ugh, I didn't want to use it anymore. The shade is really pretty, but I just felt like it went on kind of really pigmented, and then when you try and blend it away, it gets patchy, and this did not last very well throughout the day, so yeah, I was not a fan of this. So you guys saw that I picked out 2 eyeshadow palettes. The first one was this Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust palette by Tarte, which is a really pretty palette. I do really like all of these shades in this palette a lot. I feel like this is a really good palette for every day because you have these kind of warmer shades over here, and then these more cool tone shades over here. My only issue with this palette is that there is a lot of fallout. I was doing my eyeshadow and it just kept falling down onto my face, which was kind of annoying. It does wipe away, but I feel like it kind of leaves a little bit of a stain underneath your eyes when you use this. I do like the palette, I just feel like there's too much fallout. The other palette that I picked out was the Morphe 15T palette, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't use this at all because I realized after I picked this out that you like really can't create like an everyday makeup look with this palette. Like there were no really like light transition shades. I don't know why I picked this out. Like I felt like I just wanted like a warm toned palette, but then I didn't end up using it. Another product that I didn't end up using is the Sigma Fill and Blend Brow Pencil, and that's because like when I'm getting ready for work, like I don't have time to do all like this, take all these little things off. I don't know why, I feel like using a brow pencil just takes forever for some reason. So I did use my Anastasia brow powder like almost the entire time, which was also in my everyday makeup drawer that I picked out, which I love this. I feel like this is so quick and easy and gives your brows like a nice tint to them without being like super dramatic. The mascara that I picked out was the Maybelline The Rocket Mascara, which I actually really enjoyed a lot. I was kind of like surprised by this. I had never really used it before. I feel like this made my bottom lashes look super nice. They were like really long and separated, and then it did make my top lashes look nice and full and long. My only issue with this is that it's really hard to get off, which isn't like a bad thing. It's just annoying at the end of the day when you're trying to take your makeup off and your mascara will not come off. For lips, I had picked out this liquid lipstick by the brand Deck of Scarlet. This is in the shade Slow Jams, which I love. I highly recommend trying out the Deck of Scarlet liquid lipstick formula. They're seriously so good, you guys, and I love this shade. I feel like I picked out another lip product, but I can't find it, and I don't know what it was now. Which obviously means that I didn't really use it if I had picked it out and I don't know where it is or what it was. Maybe I didn't pick out another one, I'm not sure. And then the last thing that I had picked out from my last Shop My Stash video was the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which I don't know if it's just this bottle, but I stopped using this like after day 2 because I was so like irritated with it, because when you spray this on your face, it like leaves little like spots all over your face. Like it doesn't come out even, like do you guys see that? Like it comes out like super chunky, and then it messes up your face makeup. It leaves like little spots everywhere. And also, I feel like it smells really bad. So yeah, that is all of my thoughts on the last makeup products that I picked out in my last Shop My Stash video. So now let's go ahead and get to the part where I pick out the new products. All right, you guys, so here we are in my face makeup drawer, and as you can see, this drawer is overflowing. I have gotten a bunch of new face products recently, so I kind of just put them on top because they wouldn't all fit in the baskets. So we're first gonna start out with primer. I recently got sent a bunch of primers from Pure Cosmetics. You guys saw that in my recent PR haul. This one is the Hydrate and Balance Primer. This is a silicone-free primer. So I really want to try this one out because I do have sensitive, acne-prone skin, and this one is oil-free and silicone-free. So I'm really curious to try this one out. So I'm going to be putting this in my everyday makeup basket. So now for foundation, I'm thinking I'm going to put in 2 foundations. The first one is this IT Cosmetics CC Cream, and I really want to put this in my makeup basket because I really want to finish it. As you can see, there's like not much product left. I love this foundation and I really just want to finish this tube of it. So I'm going to be putting this in there as well. And then as you guys saw in the beginning of the video, this was in my last rotation of everyday makeup products and I really liked this a lot. For most of the time, I did use this over liquid foundation, but I did try it out once on its own and I really liked it. So that's what I want to do with this. I want to keep testing it out on its own and see how it performs. So I'm going to be putting this back in the rotation. So now it's time for concealer. I was originally going to put in this Hard Candy Glamouflage concealer because I saw it at the bottom of my makeup drawers and I haven't used this in such a long time and it was like a really big deal a few years ago. I remembered that I picked up the ColourPop No Filter Concealer and I have never tried this, so I really want to test this out. I picked up these shades Fair 04 and Fair 08. I ordered them online, so I wasn't really sure which shades I needed. I have heard really good things about this concealer, so I'm really excited to try it out. I'm just gonna put both shades in the basket since I don't know which one is gonna match. All right, now it's time for setting powder, and I have 2 powders over here that I'm trying to decide between. The first one is the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I haven't used this in literally forever, but it used to be my favorite powder until I tried out the Coty Airspun powder. I love this powder so much, but I think for this time I'm probably gonna skip this one just because I always use it, and I'm gonna go with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. All right, now now for bronzer, I have a new bronzer right there, which of course I'm gonna pick. This is the Morphe bronzer. This is in the shade Icon, and I saw this in the Morphe stores, and I almost picked it up because I thought it looked very similar to the Marc Jacobs bronzer. And then I watched one of Jaclyn Hill's recent videos. I believe it was her favorites video, and she said that this is pretty much a dupe for that bronzer. It has like the same really big hand size, and this shade looks like it's really good for fair skin, so I'm so excited to try this out. Now for blush, I have two blush palettes right here. The first one is from Gorgeous Cosmetics, and they sent this to me a really long time ago. I want to say it was probably like at least more than a year ago. This has a bunch of really pretty blush shades in it. I really like this shade right here. I haven't used this in forever, so I think I'm gonna put this in there. I was recently sent this from Pure Cosmetics. This is their 4-in-1 blush book. It did come broken, so I did have to repress the shade, and it looks horrible, but it still has pretty good pigmentation. I've used this like once or twice now, and I really want to keep trying these out, so I'm going to put this in there as well. So all that's left is highlight, and I was trying to decide if I wanted to put this Huda Beauty highlighting palette in, because this was really expensive and I haven't used it very much. I mean, it looks like I've used it, but really not that much. I really like this shade right here. The pigmentation is really good. I just don't use it that often, but I'm thinking I'm going to put in this GRANDE highlighter that you guys saw that I got recently, because I really just want to try this out. Like, this shade is seriously so pretty. All right, so I think that's all I need from my face drawer. So now we're moving on to the lips drawer. So I have a bunch of these Grande lips, like plumping lip glosses, so I really want to put some of these in my everyday makeup drawers just so I can use them, and I really like the plumping effect. This one is in the shade Dusty Tarot, which I love. It's like a really pretty like dusty mauve. I'm also going to put in this clear one as well, because I'm not too big on like lip color for like every day. I normally just go with like my natural lips and maybe some chapstick, so I'm just going to put in this clear one as well. And I just saw the Sigma lipstick. This is their lipstick in the shade In Spades, and I've only used this I think one time. It's a really pretty like peachy pinky nude, so I think I want to put this one in there as well. And this also has magnetic closure, which you guys know that I love. So I think that's enough lip products. Now we're going to move on to eyes. So from this drawer, I'm going to pull out some eyebrow products and then some mascara. For brows, I definitely want to try out this Sigma Clear Brow Gel. I think I've only used this like maybe one time. Maybe I haven't even used it at all. So I really want to put this in there. And then for filling in my brows, I think I'm probably just going to keep in my Anastasia brow powder, since that's been like my favorite brow product right now. And then for mascara, I think I'm gonna put back in my Grande mascara. This is their lash boosting formula, so it's supposed to help with your lashes. Yeah, I want to put this back in because I really like this mascara. So now for eyeshadow, I need to put in better choices this time, because last time, as you guys know, I was really only able to use one of the two palettes that I picked out. So I have this new palette from GRANDE, and this is an all matte, so this will be really nice for every day, so I'm gonna put this in there. So now for this drawer, I just had an idea of which one I wanted to pick out. I just saw this palette at the bottom of my drawer, and I haven't used this in forever. This used to be like my favorite palette of all time, so I'm definitely gonna put this one in. So once again, I forgot some kind of setting spray, so I think I'm just gonna put in this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I'm gonna use this as my setting spray. All right, you guys, so those are all of the products that I have picked out for the next 2 weeks. I will have all of the products that I mentioned in today's video linked in my description box below if you guys want to check any of them out. And before you leave, make sure you guys click the bell next to the subscribe button so you can receive notifications of when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching.